Welcome back to another exciting edition of Top 8 here on JD's YouTube. Again, this week is I'm gonna reiterate this every day. um Today's top 8 is my childhood. Um Hold on. This episode is top 8 toys. Top 8 toys I had as a child, and some of them I still have as an adult. Keep hydrated. Woo. And these hot days. Alright, so let's jump in. I talk too fast. uh, Coming in at number 8 is Matchbox cars. I had buckets of Matchbox cars. I really remember having these in the first grade in Florida. We had a dirt spot on the side of our house, and I would take the dirt and make different tracks and little hills and spend as much time as I could out there. Florida is brutal with the heat. I had all sorts of them. Weird ones that weren't cars that were. I really liked taking the trucks out in the dirt. If you got into the big dirt, the little cars wouldn't move. You'd have to like push them through, but the trucks would move just fine. I also took them to my Nona's house, and she had a carpet that had rings. It's just a little living room carpet, but it had rings, and it looked like a racetrack to me. So, 7 and 6 are on here just because I didn't really get into them until I was a teenager, and I had steady friends. I moved around a lot, so most of my toys are kind of like solo toys. But 7 and 6 are. 7 is football. Loved having a football. I spent my teenage years playing football out in the backyard with my buddies. So, number 6, baseball and baseball glove. Always had a baseball and a baseball glove. Not only can you pick up a game of baseball anywhere, but if nobody was around, I can throw the ball to myself. So I'd throw the ball up in the air, catch it, or I would practice pitching and throw it against the wall and catch it back. 5, my son has them now. Not mine, but he has some. Army men. The little plastic guys that came in different colors, came with tanks, airplanes. I used to set up big giant battles and just I think I had more time setting them up than actually playing with them. I'd also split them with my buddy, and we'd sit on opposite sides of the room and like find marbles or balls, just stuff to throw, and we'd throw, and if the last army man standing won. Number 4, what is toy weapons? I got a lot of them because I dressed up almost every year for as long as I can remember as an army man. But we'd run around the woods and pretend to play army. I could do this by myself too. I'd run around and pretend that I was shooting zombies or bad guys, or you know. Number 3, this was really helpful in Florida. Water guns / balloons. We went through a lot of water guns. They were a big thing when I lived in Florida. They're awesome. I mean, you can carry water with you and shoot them. And of course, me and my sister did what all kids do and drank out of them. 2 is Nerf guns / airsoft. I got into airsoft as an adult. Those things hurt. Nerf, I've always done Nerf. If it's like inside, you can't play with the water guns. just get everything wet. So Nerf you can take practically anywhere, and you can find them cheap enough. So Nerf. And number one is action figures. I've always had action. I have action figures now. I have wrestlers, and I have Power Rangers. But back then, I had boxes. They were cheap to find at garage sales, swap meets. Yeah, and they were fantastic. I still wish I would kept some of my boxes of these things. I had everything from G.I. Joes to He-Man to X-Men to wrestlers. Terminator. I had Terminator 2 action figures, which I always pit up against the Aliens. The sequel to Aliens. I had the Aliens action figure. I had let's see. I had Terminator. I think, and I had the T-1000. With the Aliens, I had the Xenomorph. If you squeezed his back, his mouth came out. I had another Xenomorph that if you push his head, shot water. I had Bishop, and I had oh man, it's my favorite character. Oh crud! I had the Private Hicks. Is it Hicks? Might have been Hicks. Those are what I had for that. I also had the Predator, so I would take Predator and Alien, and they would be tag team champions. Alien was in a pose, so we could do the super kick. The Predator, I always had doing a power bomb. So yes, action figures number one. With that being said, much love. JD out.